Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Delilah. Good morning, Sheba. How my pregnant girls doing? There's my other pregnant girl, Ray Ray. Oh, Joey. Okay, get off me. Get. I was sitting here having coffee this morning, and everybody was being peaceful and being good. Hey, Joe, quit. No. Oh, you mouthy boy. I said no. Hey, no. Quit it. Let go. Goodness. That's it. Quit. Now I mean it. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. That was why I picked up the camera. Um, I was sitting here scrolling through my YouTube and reading comments. Joe, stop it. No. Hey, let go. Mister, now stop it. I they started getting all feisty and rowdy, and they've been out this morning already, so I was kind of just needing to get up and correct them. At first it was cute and I wanted to do a video. But then as soon as I turned the camera on, you can see they get a little too rowdy. Joey is probably about, see, he was born in February. What was that, 6 months almost? He's about to be 6 months old. And one of our followers had a lot of questions for me this morning about an 8-month-old Boston puppy of their own. So I will try to address that in the comment, I'll reply on the comments. But also, I just thought it might be easier in the video too, because I do post a lot of really calm, well-behaved videos, but it's not always that way. In fact, I mean, I try to be very transparent. I show how wild they can get too. But there's just a lot of different things. Boston Terriers are a very unique breed. And yes, they are a high energy breed. But there are some things that do make things different. And breeding for temperament, I am a breeder, and I have learned, I've had Bostons for as long as I can remember, probably 40, 50 years now. Bostons, well, I think it's more like 30 years that I've had Bostons, but it seems longer. Bostons really should be bred for temperament because there are a few different temperaments in the bloodline. And sometimes there will be a Boston that has so much energy that it just can make you feel a little overwhelmed that you don't know if you're going to survive them growing up and behaving better. It's not that they're really behave bad, it's just their energy level is so high that it seems like they just always have the zoomies. I've had a couple of those Bostons, and sometimes there's nothing you can do except, you do have to exercise them. They need plenty of exercise to help calm them down somewhat. But sometimes, I had a male one time that he just would not calm down no matter what. And that doesn't work well in a breeding program. He needed to be in a home where he was the only dog. But it's been my experience too, a playmate really does help. So on the 8-month-old little boy from my comments, I would suggest a playmate. I have a friend who had a female that was very high strung and pretty destructive. She would have so much anxiety built up, and my friend would walk her extra, play with her extra. She tried calming treats, holistic type of remedies for calming them down, and she was just kind of a risk to herself because she was so high strung. So she actually put her in doggy daycare where she gets to play 6, 7 hours a day with a lot of other dogs and has that constant companionship, and it worked miracles. That her little dog just calmed right down. When she comes home in the evening, she's calm and wants to lay around and be a lap dog. And eventually my friend, once they got things kind of settled down a little bit, she got a second Boston. She rescued one as a playmate, and things are way better. But they both go to doggy daycare on a regular basis where they get to be outside, they get to run and play with other dogs. My dogs spend a lot of energy on each other. And I recommend something like a fly swatter. I do not hit my dogs. They never ever get hit. But I do use the fly swatter as a warning. And I usually I tap the furniture. You can see the heads will come up. It gets their attention. And if they are being rowdy or doing something that they shouldn't be doing, that right there kind of stops them. And then for me, I have a huge fenced in backyard, so if they are determined to be too wild, I'll open the back door and tell them they have to go outside if they're going to act like that. And a couple of runs around the yard and they're calmed down. So um, there's a whole lot of things out there you can do, but nothing works better. I don't like the drugs. I don't even like the holistic drugs. If possible, they're better to exercise. Exercise makes all the difference. If you can start walking your dog once a day or twice a day, even morning and evening. You have to be careful in the high temps because of the hot pavement, but try to walk them in the grass. I have a huge field across the street from me, and we can go over there and walk, or just to walk around our backyard. Just spending time with them and letting them burn off some energy is a good way. I've had Bostons in the past that would get so excited to go for a car ride. I could just put them in the car and take them. We could go get a pup cup at Dairy Queen or just drive for a little while and come back, and that would do the trick. But for the most part, I would highly recommend when you do get a Boston, get one from a reputable breeder who claims that they breed for temperament, because that's an important issue. I had to rehome the little male that I had because he was so high strung. Generally, 6, 8 months old, they're a little high strung, but they're growing out of it, and as they mature, I don't know, a year and a half to 2 years old, they become a lot more calm. But not always. The male I had, the older he got, the more energy he seemed to get, to the point I couldn't have visitors come in the house because his excitement level would be out of control. Or in my case, as a breeder, if the girls were coming in season, he would be uncontrollable. It was just, he kept the house in chaos all the time. So putting him outside didn't work. Putting him in a crate didn't work. Putting him in another room didn't work. He would take the door down to get to where he wanted to be. So there are times when you have to do something else. So we retired him and found him a great pet home where he was the only dog, and the lady actually walks him, I don't know, probably 3 miles a day, every day. So, and they just love him to pieces. He made a really good pet in a single dog home. So I'm blessed right now. I know it's crazy to have this many dogs and them all be as good as mine are. I've dealt with some really good reputable breeders, and then I've been constant hands-on while raising them. They get crate trained right away, and having companions for them to be able to play with each other is probably my best tool in my kit here. They have each other. Every one of them gets to spend time in my lap every single day, and I'm the one they come to if they had something that needed attention. They're very bonded to me, but I do it on a one-on-one basis as much as I can, because 7, you can't hardly. I cannot hold 7 in my lap. My husband can, but I cannot. But they just have to learn the house rules, and then just be in tune with each one and how their behavior is. And if you have one that, like right now, Joey is the one, my 6-month-old boy. He is the one that is on the immature side. And so was Candy. Candy, these two are sisters from the same litter. But the little black and white girl, she is a lot less mature than her brindle sister. Chloe matured fine without any real behavior issues, but Candy is a little more stubborn. Candy's a little slower to respond when I say, let's go out, or let's come in, or let's get to bed. She's the last one to do whatever it is I'm telling them to do. So there have been times I got the fly swatter and let her know, if you have to do what I say. And without hitting her, I am not encouraging anybody to hit their dogs, because that will not help. I promise. That will make your problems worse. But having that authority and being the pack leader does work. And when Candy, for several nights, she was refusing to go to bed at bedtime. She would run around and do everything to avoid getting in her bed. So I got after her with the fly swatter probably twice, 2 different nights. And from that point, every night when I say it's bedtime, she'll go to bed too. She'll be the last one to go to bed, but she will go to bed. So I hope this helps. I want everybody to be able to have Boston Terriers, because there's no other dog like them. But there are some issues, and some of these breeders, they don't do any DNA testing, and they don't even really do the hands-on with the raising their stock as pets, and that's where some of the high-strung Bostons come from. I don't really know. I mean, I have theories and I have my opinions from experience, but I stay well read in the breeder community too, and vet community. But it really, you shouldn't have any problem getting your dog to do what you want if they know you're the boss. And then there's just all these little things you can do: walking them, holding them in your lap, talking to them, some of my girls think they have to follow me to the bathroom, and I kind of let them. It was a bonding thing to get to be the one to get to go. My bathroom is through there and off my bedroom, but not all of them get to go and follow me. But Delilah was the main one. She's my oldest Boston, and she started it, and I would let her. And then Sheba, she has to follow me. She's like my Velcro dog. She has to stay close to me. But it did something in that bond by letting them do it. They became more bonded to me. They felt, hey, Joey, You got mad, didn't you? And see, I let a lot of that kind of stuff go, but if he really loses his temper and it looks like it's going to get worse, I correct it right away. I let them express themselves as much as possible, but if anyone really loses their temper, I corrected it. I correct it, and they just do really well. It has to start from the young age too. I mean, if you get one that is a good house dog, follows the house rules, they will help lead the others as they're growing up too, to know they have to go by the rules. So I hope that helps somebody. We're just gonna stay in. They'll be in and out all day, but they're not going to stay out for very long because of the high temperatures. I do see some nice breeze outside. Last night we played in the water hose, and their swimming pools are full. And I will probably let them stay out as much as possible this morning while it's cooler. But this afternoon, when it gets that high heat index, they'll be in the house laying around. And we are still waiting on 3 litters of babies. Delilah and Ray Ray. Delilah, our blue and white girl. Yeah. And Ray Ray, our black and white girl. She's shiny jet black. Sometimes I think you can see a little brown, but it's really not. I think it's dirt. She's solid black. And then Sheba, our black Mass Fawn girl, are all 3 pregnant, and they're due at the end of August, all 3 of them. So if you would, say a prayer for healthy babies, healthy deliveries, healthy mamas. And if you're interested, pick a mama. We're going to have just about any color Boston you want. We're going to probably have blue fawns with Delilah and lilacs and probably some black and white. Ray Ray's going to give us black and whites, maybe some chocolate. And of course, Sheba's will be black Mass Fawn, possible red fawn mixed in. But Chloe, quit that. Hey, quit licking the couch. Don't do that. Our furniture, it's for the dogs. I mean, Chloe, I try to correct it, but they get to do weird stuff like that. So someday when I replace it, I'm going to go with all leather that I can really clean. But I can clean this with my shampooer, and I do. So, but I try to cover it. They're really not so bad, but they do that stuff in my lap. So there's no way to avoid some of the icky stuff they do. What's the matter, Joey? Are you pouting? Are you pouting? Oh, you're so mad. I hurt your feelings. Oh, Joey Joe. Come here, baby. Who did it? Who hurt your feelings? Me no, Delilah? Delilah, you better leave this baby alone. Oh, my baby. She keeps him lined out. She's a good house mama. So I'm glad they have each other. I can remember when 2 Bostons was overwhelming, and then I kind of got with the program and understood my dogs a little better, and gradually I had 4, and again I thought that was just no more. That's too overwhelming. But as they get closer to the 2-year-old age, a little over a year, they start maturing, and you can see it, and then you'll see there's hope. There's hope. They will catch on, and if I can do anything to help anybody, I'm more than happy to. But anyway, that's our day. This is a long video. So they love their morning sunshine, and it fills our living room usually. So they love to lay there. I moved the bed over in front of the door, and they'll just lay there. I'm fixing to kick them outside so I can get around and get started with my day. I made a new table runner. If anybody hasn't seen my Facebook page, I'm a beginner with sewing, and I love patchwork sewing, and I've been teaching myself to sew, and I made this log cabin patchwork table runner yesterday for my table, and I was so proud of it. It's not perfect, but it definitely does the job, and it matches. It's custom. I picked the colors out and cut the pieces and put a fancy backing on it so you could flip it, and it is quilted. You can't see it, but it's quilted in the ditch. So I was just real pleased with the way it turned out. Sorry, Candy, I stepped on you, didn't I? So anyway, don't you even think about that. She likes to pull stuff off the table and hide it. But anyway, I'll try to do another video later today.